25% of the generics in USA, 90% of all the MMR vaccines to WHO, and 1 in 3 vaccine or immunization that is done by WHO is with the Indian vaccine. What a wonderful, excellent achievement. And this crowd reminds me of that Indian pharma sector, the industry, which has notched all these great achievements. I don't think we should celebrate with just a clap. What I request everybody is, please stand up and give a standing ovation to each one of you. You should celebrate your success, and way to celebrate success is give a standing ovation to yourself. Congratulations for all these wonderful achievements. Please sit down. You know, in biostatistics, we say sample. Sample is a representative portion of the population. So that is what all of you are today in biostatistical language. You have all come here as a representative of the pharma sector, and today we will be having wonderful session of a knowledge feast, because we have so many degrees and very important individuals, excellent seasoned speakers who are going to revel in the knowledge. So I request Mr. Ranjan sir, who is the chairman of KDPMA, and Mr. Manoj sir, president of KDPMA, to kindly escort the guests onto the dais. I request Mr. Muda sir, Mrs. Namrata Halur sir, Mr. Rajkar sir, and Dr. Naresh Sharma sir to inaugurate today's session. Kindly do the needful, and if there is an appropriate music, you can please play the same. Please.
Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada. Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada. Shatru buddhi vinashaya dipajyotir namostute.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to the dignitaries, and also thank you to this wonderful audience who is so cheerful, knowledge-oriented, and so encouraging. So surely the speakers will have a very good time representing all their points. Now we proceed one by one to each part of the inaugural session. Mr. Manoj Palrecha, sir, who is the president of Karnataka Drugs and Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association, which was set up way back in 1965. IDMA set up way back in 1961. So these two organizations, along with CDSCO, they say, no, one is lonely, single, two is a couple, three is a team. So three organizations have come together to host today's program on revised Schedule M. So I request Mr. Manoj sir to please come over and kindly give your welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sunil.
Good morning to all of you.
On behalf of KDPMA, I would like to extend a welcome to Dr. S. Ashwara Reddy ji, Joint Drug Controller India, CDSCO, New Delhi. May I request Mr. Anjan Roy to please hand over a flower bouquet. Dr. Dr. Naresh Sharma, Deputy Drug Controller, CDSCO, Delhi. Mr. Anjan. Mr. Rajshekhar ji, Deputy Drug Controller, CDSCO, Bangalore. Mrs. Namrata, Assistant Drug Controller, Drug Control Department, Karnataka, HO. Thank you very much, sir. Dr. Jaksheti, sir, for... May I request Mr. Sunil, please do the honors. Fine, sir. Department and CDCOs, other esteemed dignitaries, my colleague from KDPMA and IDMA, delegates from various companies who have come to attend such an important workshop today. You're all most welcome today. We all are aware of that the Indian pharmaceutical industry is seeing a rapid change, primarily on the regulatory front. In a matter of week or so, not week, I think it's about 4 weeks, the revised Schedule M will get implemented for the companies having a turnover of 250 crores plus. And for the rest of the companies, it would be applicable with effect from 1st January 2025. KDPMA always believes in taking up a proactive approach in organizing seminars, workshops for the benefits of its members. This time, KDPMA is organizing this workshop in association with CDSCO and IDMA. When we received a communication from the CDSCO office that they are planning to organize seminars on different topics linked to the revised Schedule M, and would like to start with Bangalore, we immediately sent our acceptance and expressed a willingness to host the first program at Bangalore. We are really pleased to see such a large gathering sitting here today in this auditorium to listen to experts from the industry. This shows a willingness of the participants to learn new things and assist the government and regulatory officials or bodies in meeting out the new challenges. This sort of interaction would help the industry to understand the regulatory requirements and to clarify their doubts for an effective implementation at their end by having a direct interaction with the regulators. Moreover, if the companies begin to implement what will be discussed today, it will help them to venture into the newer geographical territories in addition to India. To make this program even more meaningful, we decided to request subject matter experts to share their thoughts in today's workshop. We are pleased to have among us Dr. S. Ashwara Reddy ji, who will be talking on an introduction to process and product knowledge. Being an encyclopedia of information and with complete clarity about the rules and regulations, he is one of the few people who always believe in coming out with a very logical response to any queries. We are really lucky to have you here, sir. Mr. Harish Jain, my colleague from KDPMA, he is also the National President, FOB, and the Director, Ambiotic Laboratories, who will be talking on formulation development by quality by design principles. Mr. G.N. Prashant, Senior Vice President, Head Corporate Quality Granules India Limited, who will be talking on the process validation. Mr. Mahesh Vyas, GM Quality Assurance, Stride Pharma, who will be talking on the product quality review. During his remarks, I would request Dr. Ashwa Reddy to briefly touch upon the vision of CDSCO for the next 10 years. As we have been seeing a very rapid change happening in the rules and regulations, so I think let the industry be ready with that, and we would like to work with a very proactive approach. With this, I would like to conclude my opening remarks. Thank you, one and all. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manoj, sir, not only for the warm welcome, but also giving a bird's eye view of what's to come today. So to set the tone, we have none other than Mr. S.M. Mudda, sir, who as the Chairman of Regulatory Affairs Committee of IDMA and MD of Mysome Labs Limited is, you can say, the evergreen hero of here in Bangalore. Right now, of course, he is founding managing director based at Malta, but he has a lot of experience in the quality as well as Schedule M. He is one of the important movers and shakers in Indian pharma. So I request you, Mr. Mudda, sir, to please come over and give the setting of the tone. Thank you.
A very good morning to you all. First of all, let me tell you, it gives me a great pleasure to come back to Bangalore. My alma mater, the place from where I started, and whatever I could do in the industry, it is all thanks to Bangalore industry and my colleagues. So it gives me great pleasure to be here. Secondly, coming to Schedule M, this has kind of become my passion for last 30 years. By the time my presentation is being, there are slides. Can anybody help me to bring my slides up? My slides. Yeah. So in the meantime, yes. So I'm not going to speak on the PQS today. I just spoke yesterday in Chennai and 21st in Ahmedabad. Let me tell you, to set the tone, I must tell.
Next, I'll just show it.
Sure. So what has happened in the form of revised Schedule M or new Schedule M is something very phenomenal. It is a milestone stage in the Indian pharma industry. Our dream of moving towards PQS is coming true. In my talk, last 2-3 days, I'm completely Schedule M inside out, last 10-15 days, going through the new requirements and what it means to us. I can tell you, it is a boon for all of us to understand the manner in which we are going to manufacture the product to make our GMP compliance sustainable and scalable. I'll explain what. Like GMP, we know, in fact, not for nothing, we are third largest manufacturer of the world in terms of pharmaceutical, but we still want to believe that we have to learn GMP once again. That is not true. It is the way we have to understand how to implement GMP and create a system that will make it sufficient, scalable and sustainable. That is what is PQS all about. And it is like, to use Mr. Deming's, the global quality guru's phrase, 94% of the business problems are system-driven and 6% are people-driven. So what it means, today we are going to get, in terms of PQS, pharmaceutical quality system that is introduced in Schedule M, a boon to get the disproportionate benefit, reverse funnel. You put small and you get big. So we're going to get an opportunity to upgrade our ways of working to comply with GMP through the model of pharmaceutical quality system that will create its own way of compliance. Compliance will become a side product of a system. Until now, we worked only for the sake of compliance, which is inspection-oriented, risk-averse, minimum, short-term, because GMP is licensed to operate. And naturally, our first priority is to make sure that we are licensed to operate, and therefore entire energy focus has been going only on the GMPs. We need to move from there to quality system has been a thought in the pharma industry, whether or not pharmaceutical quality system was available or not. I'm here in Bangalore and we all work together almost 3-4 decades. My many colleagues are sitting here. Even without Schedule M, revised Schedule M, or even pharmaceutical quality system, what we did was a good quality management. There was a management of quality. The management principles were honorable. We always kept the patient safety in mind. We knew that we have to do a value-driven business because we're in pharmaceutical. And that is what is PQS all about. Today it is becoming a part of, and I think we should really welcome. And I was telling offline to Ishwar Reddy sir that this time round, in the entire industry, there is no sort of move thinking that shall we ask for, extension of the timeline, shall we ask for concession, shall we ask for benefits, small and big sector, every sector, sir, in the industry is fully committed to adopt to this new change, and that is again largely because, I don't want to praise, but believe me, this was my dream that Indian regulator and industry should work together. Like in Western world, we have seen many industry associations, they work with government. We talk of ISP guidelines, lot of the guidelines, the regulation is only 20 pages or 30 pages, not even 100. But there are host of guidelines of best practice and good practice. They are prepared in every single subject that is required for the industry. They are jointly developed over a period of years by bringing the collective wisdom of the industry and regulators alike, global good practices. And that becomes the foundation for you to comply. So that is something I almost see happening in the industry now. The plan of coming down to major cities of the country, meet the industry, explain what is required, and understand what are the key pain points and how we can work together to solve the problem is something that is the key factor in motivating the entire industry for adopting to the PQS. I think that's what has happened. Even before, Schedule M was notified, CDSU took pains to again conduct programs all over the country to make the industry aware of what is going to come in. And that is exactly how we are mentally prepared. And today, sir, if you don't see any kind of resistance or any kind of apprehension, it is only because we have really built a good background. And the industry has matured. Like the MC told that we should be really proud of what we have achieved, and we are going to grow. By 2030, this industry will be 150 billion, 2047 Amrit Kal, as per the vision of the government, it will be $500 billion industry, and it is doable. The roadmap is ready. It is not just a number in the air. So it means industry is aware of their responsibility and the opportunities that are available in front of us. Therefore, adoption of new Schedule M is going to be the new way of our life. I'm just going to touch a couple of slides. I think I covered everything without slide. I just wanted to make it a formal one that in this today's session, we are going to focus on one element. And this is again a very good idea coming from Dr. Ishwar Reddy, sir, that instead of talking same thing, what is PQS all over in entire country, idea is to pick up one important element of PQS, which holds a very significant importance in creating a foundation of PQS. Spend a day, get experts, and let people know all about that. Therefore, today's sessions, Manojji what read out, they're all oriented around product quality. So I just want to make only 2 or 3 minutes comment on what is the relationship between product quality and GMP, and how in an attempt to comply with only GMP regulations for getting certification, product quality somehow got slightly sidelined, and we started believing that GMP compliance equates to product quality. Regulatory approval equates to product quality. That's not the case. So I will quickly go through 1 or 2 slides where I have statement from my guru, Mr. R.S. Iyer, whom we all know here. He lived after his retirement, and he really helped all of us to shape our thinking towards quality management. So a couple of slides I'll present. Yes, so we said that Schedule M definitely is going to enhance consumer trust, and is going to bolster brand India reputation globally. I move across the world, I work in the other part of the world, and wherever I have spoken, that December onwards our Schedule M is on par with EU GMP guidelines or WHO. It is a welcome thing for everybody. They really feel very happy that Indian industry for domestic purposes is moving to the higher standards. Yes, just this is one slide, very important for me. Why has PQS is not a new concept. It is not something we discovered yesterday. Even without having this as a requirement, we kept doing this. I was invited to speak in 2009 in Chennai, when the export market we were looking upbeat. We were doing really well in Europe and the US. And what is the opportunity for the domestic Indian pharma industry to become global manufacturing base? If that is the opportunity, what the challenges are? And these were the 4 challenges. I was pretty young then, very much worried deeply into work. I worked almost 3 months to prepare my presentation. And these 4 points, sir, I wrote then. And you will see how relevant they are today. And therefore, I put the heading to the slide as my journey from PQS. How it started? It started working in the midst of all senior experts, industry leaders who had value commitments. So 4 things I said. What facilities we have designed, we have best facilities in the world. We should be able to maintain them in a state of qualification and compliance. We made a good facilities, but how to remain in the state of compliance in terms of equipment, facility, utilities, the GMP finishes, that is a challenge. And we need to learn different ways of working within the plant. That was my one observation. Second was company should develop its own quality management system relevant to the customer and regulatory expectation. So it is not that quality management system is not one more GMP requirement. It is a way of we create your system to comply with the expectation of both regulators and the consumers. Second point. Third point, which is what the focus of today's topic is, managing formulation development and technology transfer by following the concepts of quality by design. I said this in 2009. This will be the key for us to go forward. And last one, adopting systems and risk-based approach. So how we know today, knowledge management and quality risk management, such as those, Bangalore has full of global facilities, and we take pride in being one of the leading states in compliance with all global standards. We know ICH Q10, which talks of the model of system globally followed, has 2 key enablers. One is knowledge management, another is risk management. Both are part of our this is the thought processor industry has been following knowingly, unknowingly, and journey has gone in this direction. That is what brought us. I think that time we were maybe not even 2 billion, today we are 27 in the last 15 years. So the key message is today's focus is going to be on the quality by design and product quality. This, I said, IDMS commitment 2016, 2015. We spoke of this much before Schedule M was notified. The need for moving beyond Schedule M for achieving global standards. So focus has always been on the quality system in IDMA, and we are very happy that we are participating with the CDSO in rest of the year at 8 more centers in the country. So I'm not dwelling here. I'm just making one point. Product design is part of pharmaceutical quality system, 1 point. So PQS tells you to focus on design. And what is the relevance of GMP and product quality? I'll just make one slide and stop my presentation. You please see this point now. Quality management incorporates good manufacturing practices and other factors, including those outside the scope of this part, such as product design and development. So there is a key focus on design of product before we take it to manufacturing. We have to adopt a language. I'm leaving it to the eminent speakers who are going to cover it definitely. Pharmaceutical products are designed and developed in a way that takes into account the requirements of GMP. So I'll move with this tagline. I move to the next slide. This was my presentation on QBD in 2012. And what I felt then, I wrote, and we have moved from there, sir. Quite often, overcommitments made in development and filing timelines do not allow adequate review of the formula and process. The last minute history changes are possibly made without adequate assessment, and therefore I felt then, do we have 2 standards, one for filing and one for actual working? If you did that, you will have no formulation to work. You will have a GMP approval, you will have purchase order, you will have a product approval, you will not be able to make the product. Either it will fail during in-process checks or it will fail in stability. So therefore, the foundation of product quality has to be at the time of design. And that's what the requirement now is. This is Mr. Ayer's statement, very famous statement. He used to say, what is the relation between product design and GMP? Assurance is built on the solid foundation of product design. In other words, even before manufacture, the safety, efficacy, and stability of a product must be unambiguously established. If you have a good product to take to the manufacturing facility, the chances are that you have a good product to commercialize. So he said, GMP without product quality is futile. By the same token, a well-designed product can be spoiled if you don't have good GMP. So they go absolutely hand in hand, but the starting point is design. I think that is my emphasis and the importance of today's session. So it is an integrated part of pharmaceutical quality management system. It was never part of the GMP, therefore it was not assessed in the GMP inspection, which will now happen because the new definition of product quality is product realization, meaning we should have developed, designed and implemented a pharmaceutical quality system that delivers a product that meets the acceptance criteria or meets the criteria of all the stakeholders, meaning the patients, consumers, regulators, internal, external customers. So product quality is not to be determined by testing, but by building elements that fulfills expectations of all the stakeholders. I think that is a new definition, and PQS precisely asks you to do and does that. So, yes, so this one last slide, we are going to spend the whole day on this. Just remember, today's topic is integrating 8, 9, and 10. The quality by design, following those quality by design principles. The speakers are going to speak on that. Technology transfer, how to seamlessly take a developed product to the facility where it can be commercially scaled. Following the risk management principles, which is the foundation of our quality system, and creating a quality management system that will sustain the efforts. I think with this, I wish you all the best for the day-long proceedings. I'm sure we will have a lot of takeaways at the end of the day and a new era of thinking about what GMP is through quality systems approach. We are going to learn, experience, and take with us as our experience home. My tribute to this gentleman. Quality of work determines the quality of products, Mr. R.S. Iyer. He has been a guru to all of us, and I'm sure there are many more who are going to take his work forward and make our industry proud. So I wish you all the best for the day seminar and for the implementation of Schedule M. We will work together on all the issues with the help of the regulators, and I'm very sure India is definitely going to sooner than later be compliant with the Schedule M. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mudda, sir, for the setting of tone speech, and everybody is technically attuned. And we'll now have the guests of honor speeches, which will be very short. We start with Mrs. Namrata Halur, Madam, from ADC, Headquarter, Bangalore, Drug Control Department. Please, Madam, come over. Please give a big hand.
A very warm morning to all of you. Today, on behalf of our drugs controller, respected Shri Baguji T. Khanapure sir, I am representing the State Drug Control Department. Well, nevertheless, drugs controller has extended his regards and special thanks to Dr. Ishwara Reddy sir, DDCI CDSCO, the chief guest and the speaker of the day. Sir, it would be really interesting and enlightening to witness your sessions on product and process knowledge. Drugs Controller, sir, has also conveyed best wishes and greetings to Shri Rajshekhar, DDCI, CDSCO Zonal Office, Bangalore, and to all the eminent speakers and all the other distinguished dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Drugs Controller, sir, has also expressed to convey best wishes to all the participants who have traveled across the state to be present in this workshop, and also those who are attending it virtually. And he's really excited to see the overwhelming response from the participants and also the industry personnel, and thank the management of the firms for taking this first step towards the pharmaceutical quality system, as said by Muddaji, by deputing their personnel to attend this workshop, who in turn can make impact through the knowledge they gain in this changing phase. There is a saying, learning is earning. So whatever you learn today can really be an asset, because all the industries are at that junction where they are doing currently the gap analysis with their current facilities and the requirements of revised Schedule M, and this is really going to benefit the stakeholders. And on behalf of Drug Controller and the department, I express gratitude to CDSCO, the office bearers of KDPMA and IDMA, for having organized this one-day workshop on product and process knowledge as per revised Schedule M for the benefit of all the stakeholders. And I would also bring it to the notice of the forum that in Karnataka we have around 400 somewhere touching 400 drug manufacturers including all the medium as well as the MNCs, amongst which many are also the oxygen, medical oxygen manufacturers as well as hand sanitizer manufacturers. But I'm very happy to share that our manufacturers in the state have welcomed the changes that have been proposed. They are in the process of doing the gap analysis, and also many of them have initiated the change control. It certainly needs a time to adopt to the new changes, and it is all in the welfare of stakeholders in the long run. I think it's a great opportunity and a platform for all the stakeholders to clarify their ambiguities or doubts, if any, as they are at the implementation stage at the shop floor. And on behalf of the department, I wish a great success to the event, and thank you all.
Thank you very much, madam. That was a very pertinent, short, and very good speech, because change is the only constant. And she has referred to the facilitation provided by the regulatory agencies here in Karnataka to facilitate. Now I request the next guest of honor, Mr. Rajshekhar sir. Very tall and sturdy, always with KDPMA, providing his support. Thank you, sir, for coming, and guest of honor.
Thank you. Thank you. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಶುಭ ಮುಂಜಾನೆ. Very warm, pleasant good morning. I wholeheartedly welcome all of you present over here and also those attending the workshop virtually for the today's one-day regional workshop on revised Schedule M requirements organized by CDSCO under the direction and leadership of respected Dr. Raju Singh Raghuvamshiji, Drug Control General of India, in association with KDPMA and IDMA. Earlier, to these 11 workshops were organized between October 23 to March 2024 across the India, and the sessions back then were more of informal in nature, and primary focus was to sensitize the stakeholder regarding the implementation of revised Schedule M. Again, in this financial year, number of workshops are tentatively scheduled across the country with the emphasis on the technical requirements of revised Schedule M and its implementation at shop floor. We are beginning with the state of Karnataka, and that's how we all are witnessing today's workshop. Title, Product and Process Knowledge as per revised Schedule M. Having said that, I would like to welcome all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I welcome Dr. S. Ishwar Reddy sir, Joint Drug Controller India, CDSCO, the chief guest and speaker of the day. Sir is one of the eminent regulator of our organization, CDSCO. Sir, it's a great honor and opportunity to have you here to share your expertise with all of us. We all are looking forward for your upcoming session. The Drug Controller for the State of Karnataka and Licensing Authority, Shri Bhagoji T. Khanapure sir, could not be present physically due to his pre-commitments. However, sir would be addressing the gathering virtually. We, CDSCO Bangalore Subzone, have high regards to sir and State Drug Control Department for continuous cooperation and collaboration in the execution of day-to-day activities. I welcome Srimati Namrata Hallur, Assistant Drugs Controller, State Karnataka Drug Control Department, Dr. Naresh Sharmaji, Deputy Drugs Controller, and all other officers of Drug Control Department, Karnataka, and CDSCO Zonal Office, Bangalore, as well as Port Office. I extend a warm welcome to Shri Manoj Palrechaji, President KDPMA, Mr. S.M. Mudda from IDMA, Shri Harish Jain, National President of FOP, who is also one of the speaker for the day. And also, I warm welcome Shri Anjan Roy, Shri Sunil Athawarji, and other two resource person for the day's workshop, my friend G.N. Prashant ji, he is from Quality Granules India Limited, and Mr. Mahesh Vyas from Straight Pharma Science, other dignitaries of the dais and all the participants attending in person and virtually. And also, I warm welcome to Dr. B.R. Jagshetty sir, ex-drug controller, Karnataka. At last, it is worth to mention that quality is not a destination, but a continuous journey of improvement and excellence. There is always room for improvement, adaptation, and growth. Revised Schedule M is one such change that we all have to accept, adopt, and excel to ensure quality, safety, efficacy of pharmaceuticals. Hoping that you would make most out of the upcoming session. With this, I conclude my address. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rajsekhar sir, DDC, CDSCO of Bangalore. Fellow Bangalorean, you can never take out Bangalore away from a person wherever he goes. So thank you for that very short and nice speech. And now I request for the guest of honor speech to Dr. Naresh Sharma ji, DDC from Delhi headquarters. He has come all the way from there. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Kindly give a short address as a guest of honor. Thank you very much.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, most valued invited guests, dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, have a pleasant morning to each and everyone. We gather over here for the filling of gap which has been seen with the biggest challenge in the country as of now. And I pay big thanks to the Ministry of Health, our DCGI sir, and especially Dr. Ishwar Reddy sir, who is working a lot, burning midnight oil in order to bring this gap and reducing it to the great extent. It's not in the one forum what you are going to see in this single room. There are many fronts which is led by Dr. Ishwar Reddy sir, being the head of and taking up this challenge and being the head of the training cell. There are various fronts that he has trained more than 1,000 drug control officers, not only for the CDSU, but also straight drug control is a big task. 3 fronts which has been put forward for filling the gap is the training at NIHF, which sir is leading for the residential training program. The another front what has opened for the regional, and where we are getting enormous support from all the drugs controller of the region. And last year, we did 3 such trainings at Ranchi, Raipur, and Guwahati, where each and every training was a big success with the participations of regional drugs inspector for more than 75, and many more are there in pipeline for this year, and they're not going to last only. There's a big plan for that, and big thanks to Dr. Ishwar Reddy sir. We're also thankful to having a well-organized, structured event. And you know that planning of this event is not only a day work, it requires months and months planning. And I'm thankful to all the associate members, IDMA and Karnataka Association, and especially Dr. Ishwar Reddy sir, who has put each and every word as a part of the schedule so that it can be a beneficial thing. With the mission that quality is nothing but a relentless commitment with the continuous improvement in the product, process and system. Let's bring all together and make the best system so that we can have better quality of product and let the world should recognize. And it can only happen with the support of all the participants whosoever are sitting over here, and with the support of all the association and the team which is led as a training cell by Dr. Ishwar Reddy sir, and especially the DCGI sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the very pertinent speech, very relevant for today's time and appreciating the role of everybody in organizing today's session. And now we'll have a short video broadcast of the chief guest, Mr. B.T. Khanapure, sir, Drugs Controller, Karnataka. He could not make it to today's function. So I request the event manager to play the video from Mr. B.T. Khanapure, sir, a short address through the video way.
Good morning to all. Once again, we present today in this wonderful auditorium to conduct one-day seminar on the workshop product and process knowledge, revised schedule M, which is to be jointly conducted with CDSO, IDMA and KDPMA. I welcome you all once again. It is a great privilege to be here because this is the second time we are conducting this revised schedule M. Earlier we conducted the same program in this venue. That time Dr. Ishwar Reddy, Joint Drug Controller, was present. Once again, the sir, Dr. Ishwar Reddy, was present here. And welcome you, Dr. Ishwar Reddy, sir. And also I welcome Manoj Parlecha, President of KDPMA, and Sri S.M. Mudda, and Sri Dr. Rajshekar, Deputy Drug Controller, CDSO, Bangalore. And today, and all other eminent speakers are present over today here to give their valuable suggestions and wonderful their experiences to the audience sitting in this auditorium now. Once again I welcome, and also participants present over here now. So first of all, I kindly pardon that I am unable to attend today due to my personal work. So please excuse me now. Now this is the second time we are conducting this revised schedule M. Earlier the Dr. Ishwar Reddy came and he guided us how the revised schedule M to be implemented in Karnataka throughout the benefit of KDPMA, manufacturing association as well as industry now, to take the benefit of everybody now. In this regard, once again today they conducted this program. So whatever they are going to assess the situation now, we'll take it to the positive note. And I am also a part of this revised schedule M, and we are always with Central Drugs Control Department as well as KDPMA. We are always with you, and I hope everybody to be listen carefully what the eminent speakers should give the lessons to take into the positive note in the interest of pharma industry now. I once again welcome you all. I wish the workshop all success and thank you.
Thank you. That's technology for you. And now we have the cream de la cream speech from Dr. S. Ishwara Reddy, sir, Joint Drugs Controller India, CDSCO, as the chief guest. Sir, thank you very much for coming again all the way and being the prime mover of today's proceedings. Stage is yours, sir.
Mr. Manoj Parlecha, President, Karnataka Drugs and Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association, my colleagues from CDSCO, Dr. Naresh Sharma, Deputy Drugs Controller from CDSCO Headquarters, my colleague Mr. Rajshekar, Deputy Drugs Controller from Bangalore Zonal Office, Shri Mudda Sahab, who is the chairman of Technical Committee IDMA, Srimati Narmata, Assistant Drug Controller, Karnataka Drug Controller Office, Mr. Anjan Roy, all the speakers from different parts of India, Mr. J.N. Prashant from Granules India, Mr. Mahesh from Strides, and always our well-wisher and also philosopher and my mentist, Jaga Shetty sir, who is ex-drug controller of Karnataka, and my colleagues from CDSCO Bangalore office, as well as State Drug Controller of Karnataka office, and especially all my dear participants, those who are physically present here and those who have joined through online. For all of you, first of all, very, very good morning to all of you. I know you must have said so many good mornings. That's why it is difficult for you to reciprocate me. Okay, so anyhow, from my side, once again, very good morning to you all. So first of all, let me thank Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, for allowing us to conduct various this type of workshop across India. In fact, this concept was brainchild of Shri Dr. Rajiv Singh Raghuvamshi sir, Drugs Control General of India. He is always encourage, motivate us to conduct various training programs, not only to the Indian drug regulators, even to the industrial representatives. In fact, you must have seen, generally these type of workshop, technical workshop, are organized by some association or some other organizations. But if you see, these workshops are organized by the CDSCO in association with Indian Drug Manufacturers Association, as well as the Karnataka Drugs and Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association. My dear friends, I would like to inform you the background about these workshops. As you are aware, the CDSCO, the way in your organization, you conduct annual, you design your annual training calendar. I hope everybody must have your annual training calendar in your organization, and you identify the topic, you identify the schedules, you identify the audience who are for that. Similarly, first time in the history of our Indian drug regulatory side also, since last financial year, we are coming up with annual training calendar. We successfully completed last financial year, 23-24 annual calendar year, even without deviating any single day of our event. Whatever events we have finalized along with the dates, on the same dates, all events we are able to conduct the last year. And the last financial year, we have conducted 19 residential training programs at NHFW New Delhi, where we have trained almost 1,100 drug regulators. This is like this classroom training program. 1,100 means it is 1/3 of the total regulators present in India. Can you imagine, at 1 year, almost 35% of regulators got trained in one particular financial year. In addition to this, we also conducted the regional training programs. 3 regional training programs we have conducted, where more than 250 participants from the state drug regulators were present. And you are also aware, last time we have conducted 11 regional workshops on the revised schedule. Bangalore was one of the center, same Karnataka Drug and Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association organized that event. And we have conducted 11 workshops last year, wherein more than 18,000 people were present. So what I am trying to say that the government of India is very serious on capacity building of not only the Indian drug regulators, or even of all the industry, all the stakeholders in the industry. On similar note, because of it is last year our program was so successful, I am happy to inform you the government of India also approved the annual training calendar for this financial year. That means 24 and 25, 2024 and 25. And whatever the budget we proposed for the training programs, till now, Government of India sanctioned as it is whatever the budget we requested. So this indicates that commitment of the government for the capacity building of the regulators and the industry representatives. Under this new annual training calendar for this year, we are going to conduct 9 residential training programs at Delhi. Residential means that inspector has to, of course, residential training programs we are conducting only for the regulators, not for the industry. So wherein these programs are 3 to 5 days program, the inspector has to be physically present in the training program for the 5 days. And we have very stringent norms to conduct the training program, including morning 6:30 yoga every day. Even in the winters also we continue to conduct this yoga and many other programs as a part of the training program. And in addition to the residential training, we also plan to conduct this year 6 regional training, 6 workshop. Out of this is the first such regional workshop we are conducting at Bangalore. In addition to this, we also planning to conduct total 6 programs. The next program we are going to conduct on pharmaceutical quality systems at Baddi. That will be on 27th of July. And the next third one we are going to conduct on quality culture at Daman on 21st September. And another is the vendor audit. This is the first time the vendor audit requirements have been incorporated under the revised schedule. This will be held at Ahmedabad on 30th November 2024. And the 5th one, good practice in production, we are organizing at Vizag on 18th January next year. And final 6th one, good practices in quality control at Kolkata on 29th March next year. So these are the, if you see all the 6 topics, the 6 topics mainly cover the part 1 of the revised schedule. And in the subsequent next workshop, we will take up the other parts of the schedule. Thereby, all the industry will be aware about what are the regulatory expectations from the industry during the audit. I think as Mudda Sahab said rightly in his presentation, now the PQS, in fact, though it is just a 2-page requirement of the PQS, but in that 2-page, each and every word have a huge impact on quality, as well as it will be huge impact on you for the implementation also. One of the simple requirement under the PQS is the product and process knowledge. This is just अंग्रेजी में 2 शब्द है, product and process. But when it comes to the compliance, when our inspector will come to you and ask about the particular product, you show the documents relating to the product and process knowledge, what you have on that particular product, what you will show. Because it is a mandatory requirement. So that means from this workshop, we are going to see what are the regulatory expectations to comply this particular only one requirement. You may be aware, there is another one mandatory also in the PQS is the design and development. And another is the quality culture. These terminologies are never earlier part of the drug regulatory requirements. Okay, this is the first time these terminologies are used in the regulation. So that means you don't have any option. It is mandatory for you to comply with these terminologies. Okay, that is the reason, of course, many of you may be already implementing in your organization, but this is mainly for those who are in the process of implementation or those who are in the process of first understanding the requirement of these things. So for that purpose, we are here to conduct these workshops. I'll tell you some basic, relation between the product and process knowledge. As you know, in India, even today, even after 7 decades of implementation of the Drugs and Cosmetic Act, still NSQs, you know NSQ? Not of standard quality. In India is still around 5%. Okay, earlier it may be 7%, it has come down to 5%. But when it will become a 0%? And what is the reason for the 5% of NSQ? If you ask me frankly, the 5% NSQ, mostly these are repetitive NSQs. And the main reason for the not of standard quality by, I am not saying all the companies, majority of the certain group of companies where they don't have formulation development facilities in their premises. Without having the formulation development facilities, how you develop the product and what knowledge you have about the product process, and directly you are producing the product without having any background, without having any knowledge. So whatever investigation we have done, most of the NSQs, maybe except in certain numbers, mostly the companies, those who don't have any facilities, or they never done any formulation development. So unless if you have your own setup, unless you have dedicated staff, unless you really have the knowledge of the product and process, then I am sure the 5% NSQ will come to 0 one day, with all your support and all your involvement. And in my next presentation, when I'll make the talk, I will tell you what is your role also. And though whatever the level you are working, you also equally accountable for the quality of the product. It is not like that only your management, your top management, or otherwise middle management, even the shop floor person in any organization. If you read the Schedule M very carefully, I will quote you in my next presentation. Schedule M clearly says the accountability lies with all levels of the staff in any department in the organization. So that is the reason your support, your commitment is very, very important to ensure the consistency and to ensure the quality of the product. So that is the reason we have chosen this topic, product and process knowledge, which generally we have not taken seriously till now, which was linked to the NSQs, product recalls, investigations, prosecutions, so many other complications associated with this. So before I conclude this, I request all of you, please make sure that those who don't have any formulation development facilities in your system, try to have the facility. It is very, very important. I know it will be a burden on you. It will be a time consuming also for you. Okay, but now it is a mandatory requirement. So you don't have the option. And other alternative, where you don't have that much of resources to set up that your own, at least you tie up with the existing other outside formulation development facilities where you can develop your product by the third parties. And there you can do the technology transfer from the third party facilities. These are the very, very essential requirements, and these are the mandatory requirements. You don't have any option. So whenever our officers will come for inspection, these are the questions they are going to raise. So that's why, and you have very short time, by end of this year, the new Schedule M is going to be applicable for everyone. So I think you should gear up for that. Okay, I'm sure with all your support and your active participation, we are able to achieve 0% NSQ in India shortly. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you very, very much, Dr. Ishwar Reddy, sir. Lot of yogic energy in your talk, 6:30 a.m. yoga. And whenever you speak, Karnataka rejoices, particularly Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Sciences. So very nice. Thank you for this very interesting address and inspiring our people. Now we will have the honoring of all the dignitaries and the sponsors, for which I request Mr. Manoj ji and Mr. Anjan sir to coordinate. We will begin by first giving the honor to Dr. Ishwar Reddy sir. Please. Every time you give a round of applause, your health will improve. So, Mr. Bhagoji Khanapura sir is not there with us, so we will be honoring him at his place later. So, next I request sir to please coordinate and honor Dr. Naresh Sarma sir, DDC from headquarters CDSCO. Atiti Devo Bhava. He has come all the way from Delhi, so we are happy to honor him. And our own Mr. Rajshekhar sir, please do honor Mr. Rajshekhar sir, DDC, CDSCO, Bengaluru. He is the smiling Bangalorean. Request you to please honor Mrs. Namrata Halur Madam, ADC, Headquarter, Bangalore. Thank you, Madam, for coming to this event. We are honored by the presence of Mr. Mudda sir, but as a matter of protocol, we honor you also. So kindly accept the honor, Mr. Mudda sir. No function will be successful if that financial backbone is not strong. So we are happy to honor the sponsors for today's function, none other than the Bellwether Company of Bangalore, Microlabs. Please give a big hand, and I request Mr. Prakash Mudda sir. Prakash Mudda is here. Yeah, please do come and accept the honor on behalf of Microlabs. So thank you, Microlabs. Always KDPMA, in fact, is a brainchild of Microlabs itself. So they are always with KDPMA. I request Mr. Rajesh sir, representing Parle, to please come over for getting the honor. Parle Global, and not Parle Biscuits. Where is Mr. Rajesh sir? He's there? Yeah, he's coming. So they are the equipment manufacturers, tools, etc., and required for our Schedule M. I think you'll have to make a jump, sir, please. It's okay. You are young, you look smart also.
But to implement the Schedule M, there are also hurdles.
So he's seeing the hurdles. Please come over, sir. Thank you for being a sponsor for our show. Yes, yes. Darpan, okay. So Rajesh is represented by Mr. Darpan of Parle Global. SLM Clean Room, Ramegowda. Mr. Ramegowda sir, please do come over.
Thank you.
Sorry for the hurdle. Bunny sir. Please do honor the sponsor from SLM Clean Room. SML, right? SML. Sorry for the fox paw. So that is the SML Clean Room. Nenpidi Clean Room bekadre SML ಅವರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So thank you for participating in the inaugural function. The last segment of the inaugural function is, of course, the tea and coffee break. So for that, you'll have to go to the rear doors, as I mentioned. And please go to the 4th floor. You have to walk a flight of stairs. So you'll build up your appetite, have your tea, coffee. Time allotted is only 7 minutes. Please come back after 7 minutes. 7 minutes, yes. No, not for you, sir, for general crowd. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Huh?
Very good.